Hi everybody, it's Neil from Growlies. I wanted to talk today. I had a conversation online with a customer, and we were talking about complete and balanced. And so I had also watched a talk from September Dr. Ian Billinghurst had given in regards to a similar topic, where he was talking about the science of formulated, balanced and complete pet foods, and the industry or the kibble company type approach to nutrition. And so he was saying, and I completely, like, this guy is amazing. If you don't know him, he's got 3 or 4 books out. Go get them. He's awesome. Dr. Ian Billinghurst, he's out of Australia, exceptional veterinarian. And so he was saying that when we talk about nutrient profiles and nutrient way of approaching foods, that's like a razor's edge. They have, so when we look at a kibble, all of the nutrients, all of the fat, all of those the good things about it are sprayed on on top of the cookie. And the cookie's there for energy, and the nutrients are from a vitamin pack from a manufacturer in the East somewhere, and then sprayed on with the fats on top of that cookie. And so he calls that the razor's edge of nutrition. Everything has to be perfect every time, and the complete and balanced is the only way to go, because you're using science, usually science from 20 or 25 years ago, but science to say these are the specific things that these animals require to survive. So that's an approach to nutrition that ultimately industry really likes, because it gives them a consistent product to sell. They also sell for brand loyalty, which is great for their investors, great for shareholders, but not necessarily does it make sense for nutrition. It's eating the same thing every day is the problem. That's why they have to ride this razor's edge of nutrients. Whereas with evolutionary feeding, or what we endorse, fresh food feeding, we're looking at nutrition. And it's a broad highway, multi-lanes, ways to do it, ways to approach it, ways to get it right. It's more close to probably what you're doing for you and your family than what kibbles are, the nutrient way of doing foods instead of the nutrition way of doing foods. And so we're not relying on vitamin packs from East Asia. We're not relying on the same thing being perfect every time, because, by the way, they don't get it perfect every time. When they have a problem, a lot of animals suffer before they then change what they've done. And so what we approach is the nutrition way of feeding, which gives you a broad highway of approaches, lots of on-ramps and off-ramps, and lots of ways to, drive through the needs of that animal. And so what we encourage is variety. You can't do what we do, fresh foods, and only buy the same box in the same flavor in the same way every single time, because then what you're doing is taking the way of thinking from kibble, which is this razor's edge of nutrition, and putting it onto fresh foods, this evolutionary diets, which require a broader approach to meeting the needs of the animal over time. There's no such thing as complete and balanced in nutrition, unless you're talking about pet food and it's a trademark term. It's not a nutritional term. And so I just wanted to say that complete and balanced isn't something we try to sell. It isn't something we actually look for. We do look for good ingredients. We do look for an approach to health. We do look for manufacturing quality. We do look for all sorts of things in regards to the foods that we retail, but what we don't look for is complete and balanced, because the way you get a complete diet is by having a variety of items within your diet that give you that balanced way of life, not a balanced meal, because there's no such thing. You can have a good meal, you can have a healthy meal, but there's no way that that one meal will have everything you need forever. It's impossible. And so if it's impossible for us to do that, no matter how good a ham sandwich you make, that ham sandwich will not nourish you throughout your life. You can't just eat that one ham sandwich. So, variety. I have it up on our wall multiple times, right there. Many times on our wall, you will see the words variety, because that is the way to approach nutrition. You can't do it by riding that razor's edge. Thanks very much. And I don't know what products I want to point out today, except for possibly these bone broths. Bone broths, a fantastic food, an additive. It's a great way to fast. If you need to fast them for 24 hours, just give them some bone broth, although I prefer goat's milk for that. Add this to any diet that you're doing. If you're doing the nutrient way of feeding, add something like this in order to increase their nutrient profile, their healthy fats, their all sorts of good stuff in bone broths. It's just healthy for the gut. Check it out. Thanks so much. Appreciate your time. Appreciate you watching. Cheers.